appreciation for the written word. I have some prepared remarks. I need to communicate them to you. After that, I am going to elaborate.
I know that's
I
right.
want to make certain that I do not forget those things that are most important in terms of my support for Ras.
I know that's right. Yeah.
Everyone that knows me knows that I am what you call a deliberative thinker. I analyze, I critically assess, I gather my information, and then I draw my conclusion. And I began to learn how to be a critical thinker right here in the city.
Yeah.
Going to public school here and knowing full well the historical journey that the residents of this community have been on, I tell people my first exposure to politics in Newark was when I was over at Hawthorne Avenue School in the 5th grade. We were probably violating the law, but we came out and we had signs, ADDIZ, I owe it all to Hadamisi. That's how far back I hear you. We'll get back to that a little later. There's some things I do want to say. And I first want to begin by telling you that I'm inspired to be here today by the influence of one of the world's most prolific and transformational leaders that the world has ever known. And you know who it is. It's the late Dr. Martin Luther King. He was the most transformational leader that the world has ever known. Dr. King once wrote, "The ultimate measure of a man or a woman is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he or she stands at times of challenging times." And when I observe and experience what's been going on in Newark for the past several months, I know that we are standing on the precipice of challenge and controversy.
That's right. Say so.
I'm also inspired by the anthropologist Margaret Mead. And you all know what Margaret Mead said. Margaret Mead said, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful
I know that's right.
can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has." That's right. And if you are a student of world history and you look at cultures and governments and dynasties across the world, you will know that social and economic change that happened in nations began with the work of small groups of committed people.
That's right.
And I feel that the Baraka campaign has reflected that ideology. So many voices have spoken. Some of them have been factual, some of them have been unfactual. And during these past few months, as we've all experienced this race to determine who will next govern Newark, some of those voices have come from Newarkers, but too many of those voices have not.
That's right.
I am a native Newarker. Mildred told you that very clearly. I've spent most of my personal and professional life here. I've walked the streets and have familiarity with all 5 wards. So my experience in Newark has not been confined just to the South Ward where I grew up.
That's right.
I've worked in the North Ward, I've worked in the West Ward, I've worked in the Central Ward. I have worked in neighborhood-based organizations.
That's right.
I've worked for the Archdiocese of Newark, trying to close down illegal boarding houses where people are, bilking our Medicaid and public assistance residents who are living in those kinds of facilities. I know this town. I know it's businesses, and I was very disturbed the other day when I got a presser that the reason people don't shop on the commercial corridors of Newark is because they're afraid to get shot. No, they don't shop on the commercial corridors because there's no place for people to park.
That's right. That's right. Say
There's no
so.
place for people to park.
That's right.
You know, the strength of Newark has always been its human capital, its people. And when I think about the history of our town, and I always like to remind people, Newark is the third oldest city in the United States.
Amen. That's
New
right.
York and Philadelphia are ahead of us. We are the third oldest city. We were created in the 1600s. We're still standing today.
That's right.
And if you had your evolution from the 1600s, and we're now in 2014, few things are going to break down.
That's right.
So we have infrastructure problems in Newark. Meeker Avenue still has that, you know, flood going on. And we are an old city,
That's right.
which historically has not had prioritized investment in its neighborhoods and in its human capital.
That's right. That's right.
That's what
Human
has gotten
capital.
us to this stage.
That's right.
I believe that there are all kinds of leadership. There's charismatic leadership, there's dictatorial leadership. I believe right now, for the season that Newark is in, Newark needs the kind of leadership espoused and demonstrated by Raspberry. Ras Baraka, from his childhood, has built a relationship with the residents of this community.
That's right. That's right.
And even before he came of age and began building his relationships, his parents did.
That's right.
And even before his parents
His
did.
grandparents.
His
That's right.
grandparents.
That's right.
There you go, there you
That's
go,
right.
there you go, there you go. There you go.
Many of you know that for a period of time, I was the executive director of the Leaguers Incorporated. And I'm so proud of the beautiful building that the Leaguers have put up on University.
Yes. Yes.
I had the opportunity to spend a lot of time with Mary Birch, late Mary Birch, who you know started her youth movement in Newark in 1946. Ras Baraka's father was part of the Leaguers. And for those that have tried to characterize the Baraka family in certain ways, don't get it twisted.
I know that's right.
This family was the backbone
Of a
of
lot of
Bethany
movement.
Baptist Church.
That's right. Yes, they were. Yes,
And his father, Mrs. Birch, advised me, learn to dance the cotillion and participate in the debutante
That's right.
cotillion
That's
ball.
right. That's right.
So let's not get that twisted. Now, you know, from Raz's early participation as a student, you know, through the years, I've had the privilege of mentoring a lot of young people in Newark. Many of those young people were inspired by him when they were in high school to become socially conscious. And I'm in touch with many of those young people today. They're doing phenomenal kinds of things.
That's right.
And many of them were inspired by Ras Baraka.
That's right.
When they were in high school. I believe that his traveling down to Washington and attending Howard University, which holds a special place in my heart, because my late uncle was a founder of Omega Psi Phi on the Howard University.
Yeah.
Yes. Howard instills in everyone that walks through those gates a certain commitment to lift as you climb. Ras Baraka left Howard University with that etched on his soul, but it would have been etched on his soul anyway.
That's right, from his
because
family.
his family
That's
etched
right.
that on
That's
his
right.
soul. His whole life has been a history of service. I call him a servant leader.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when he was a young man battling with the Newark Municipal Council
That's right.
about the right of people to speak at a council
That's
meeting.
right, that's right.
You know? And I remember one night, they came in the council chamber, they had bandanas tied around their mouths, but that was to be symbolic. How could a governing body tell citizens of Newark they don't have the right to speak? The citizens of Newark need to understand they have the right to publicly come into that chamber and speak because of the efforts of Ras Baraka.
That's right.
As an educator, he's been involved with the young people of Newark on a daily basis, not from the ivory tower of the Seton Hall Law School.
I hear you. Say so. Say so.
Every day, he had to involve and engage himself with the challenges that the young people of Newark bring to school with them. Yeah. He spent time at Warren Street, he spent time at Weequahic, and he's done a phenomenal job despite what the pundits are trying to characterize at Central High School. And in my own town that I live in, and let me let you know, we call East Orange West Newark.
That's right. That's right.
But in my own town, I have many young people that live in my community that are teachers and educators in the Newark Public School System. And he has served as a role model for many of the educators in my own community who have been inspired to pursue master's degrees and doctorates so that they can move up the ladder as superintendents, principals, and administrators.
That's right.
They've been inspired by his leadership in the Newark Public School System. All right.
That's right.
Now, Ras has proven himself to be an independent thinker.
That's
And
right.
I have a deep appreciation for that because I am an independent thinker.
I know that's right.
But he is an independent thinker, but he's also a collaborator.
Mm-hmm.
And what is required in a leader is the ability to think independently, but also knows how to sit down at the table and collaborate with others. I think he brings that to the fore. You know, his opponents have tried to make him out to be through their purchase ad time and their television.
Say so. Say so.
You know, as you know, some outlaw that runs the city of New York. Let me tell you something. Independent expenditure entities whose major contributors don't even live in this town, have never set foot in this town,
Say so.
know nothing about this town, but what they do know how to do, they use their wealth to create super PACs, and they use that to influence the voters.
That's right.
The Newark that I know and the residents that I know are much smarter than that.
Say so. That's right. Say so.
Ras Baraka is the kind of leader that Newark needs right now.
Yes.
We tried the corporate top-down. We tried that for 8 years.
You better say it.
We tried it. It is now time for us to revert to the model that our own president used in the neighborhoods of Chicago. That was the community organizing.
Yes.
It's time for Newark to now try the model of bottom and building up.
Yes.
And I think that is what this campaign has represented.
That's right.
There are too many people who have been blocked out of the decision-making and stakeholder table
Say so.
in this community. I have no doubt that under a Baraka administration, he possesses the intellect. And let me say this about him, which is why I like you. He is an intellectual.
Yes, he is.
That's right. Yes, he is.
He is an intellectual that understands world history, national history.
That's right.
He understands the struggle for social and economic opportunity.
Right.
He understands that inclusion is the best model of government. And I know that he will bring these elements to his administration in City Hall. I think that he knows that reinvestment in human capital in Newark is what's required at this time. The cranes and the construction equipment, it's going to come here. I
You better say so.
Based on my perch in Trenton. We have initiated a number of legislative initiatives that will encourage development and investment in communities like Newark. Newark is a transit hub. We have available land, and Newark will emerge very much like Jersey City has as the next focus of urban development. So, the fight isn't so much about which camp sits in City Hall to these guys who put their money in independent expenditure. What it's about for them is who gets to be at the table to negotiate.
You better
their
say so.
investment. That's what this is about. Now, Mike Rodriguez is here today, and I was sharing with Mike, I was thinking about him yesterday. As I listened to the vitriolic craziness that was going on in the neighborhoods in Newark, with accusations flying back and forth about division between African Americans and Hispanic and Latino communities. And as I hear that craziness, I think to myself, how ignorant people are that they don't even know their history.
That's right. You better say it. Say it.
I like to describe. We are all the same people that were colonialized and dropped off in different places. Some of us were dropped off in West Africa, some of us in Cuba, some in the Caribbean, some in Puerto Rico, some in Brazil. And let me tell you about Portugal. There's a little island at the tip of Portugal. It's called the Cape Verde Islands.
You better say so.
The Portuguese imported African Cape Verdeans and dropped them off all over the world.
Come on.
So Newark's people and its population represent people that had the same starting place. And we all share one communal history. And what that is social and economic disadvantage. We all share the same thing. For Newark to move forward, we have to change the paradigm. But it's only someone who understands the unique history of Newark and its people that can move the paradigm. I believe that Ras Baraka is the person to appropriately do that at this time. I do not believe that after his victory, he will turn a deaf ear to those who have worked against him.
That's right.
I told you he was an intellectual.
That's right.
And he understands that to
everybody.
assume the leadership mantle, you have to deal with
Everybody. Everyone.
So my process of deliberative thinking, critical thinking, and analytical thinking brought me to this point. But I also understand the unique history of this town. There are many that want to erase that history. There are many who want to say, well, it's time to move on. But here's the deal. There are generations of families that have lived in this town in good times.
That's right.
I can do a laundry list of older adults that I know living in every ward that have struggled to pay their taxes, hold on to homes they bought in the 50s and the 60s, that they have stayed here, that their hearts are here. You know, we're not going to dismiss those people.
That's right. That's
Those
right.
people carried us to where we are.
yes,
They didn't go to Plainfield. Congressman Payne used to always tease me that I fled to East Orange, you know. But he knows I slept in East Orange, but I was here. So, you know, that's my process of coming to terms with who is the best person to lead this city. I think it is Ras Baraka. I respect and have a relationship with everyone on every side of this equation. I know all the 18 council candidates running. I know the people who've endorsed on the other side and on this side. I know them all. Some of those that have been acting the craziest, I love them with all my heart. I do. And I respect the work that they have done. And, you know, we'll visit their ministry. Love their spoken word drama group. We'll continue to love them. But they're wrong on this issue. For those reasons, you know, I'm losing sleep at night. I really am. We've got just several days more to go. If you think it's been challenging and tumultuous, it's going to become insane. But I would just encourage everyone that wants to see our victory on Tuesday. Remain focused.
That's right.
Don't get drawn into the
That's right. That's right. That's right.
A lot
That's
of
right.
desperate things happen. You know, people, when they say desperate times call for desperate measures.
Yes,
People
yes.
are going to do desperate things. You know, but the one thing that I learned in the playground at Hawthorne Avenue School
I
and
know that's
Chancellor
right.
Avenue School and at Weequahic High was that sticks and stones
break
can
my
break
bones,
my bones,
but
but words will never hurt me. And that's the charge that I would like to give to all of you over the next few days. Stay focused on what has to be accomplished. Don't let anyone detract you.
That's right.
Keep a calm temperament.
That's right.
Show that you know how.
Yes.
Right. Exercise your constitutional right
Yes.
to participate
That's right.
in the democratic
Yes,
process.
yes, yes.
Right. Voting is the highest level
Yes.
of our constitutional
That's
right.
right. Yes, yes.
Don't be intimidated in your right to do that. And at the end of the day, we will see a victory for Ras Baraka.
Yeah!